computer. So welcome to our Mastermind Monday series for New England Region RRC. This is the opportunity we dedicate as your leadership team and network directors to bring you great content, changing every week with great guest speakers. Sometimes they'll be from our own New England region, and sometimes Nora and Kelly will reach out to some fabulous speakers across the United States to bring you great content for 10 minutes, some questions and answers, and then updates, and we wrap up and announce our next week's talent. So Nora, I don't know if you're able to, from the car, read the bio for Kelly, our guest speaker today.
Oh, Kelly, I don't have your bio, but I know you've been in the business for, is it 28 years? Help me out, Kelly.
Yes.
28 years out of Medford, and you own your own independent cosmopolitan real estate. And I'm so excited about you coming on and letting us know what the topic was for today. So take it away, Kelly. I'm just in my car here. Sorry, I don't have anything in front of me, but as co-chair of education, I'm really glad you're here, and thank you for stepping up, and can't wait to hear about your topic.
Thanks, Nora. So today's topic, it's virtually speaking, and here we are still in Corona world. We're still online. We're seeing that people are discovering that talking online is very, very different to talking in person. You know, a lot of brokers and realtors are used to going out face to face and building their relationships. You know, even through the past couple of years, you know, even like when you're on the phone, if you ever had to give a listing presentation on the phone to somebody that's across the country, it's difficult. The words that we use, the tools that we use, and how we're able to build that rapport. So these days, everything's online. I actually just had a transaction where I had an interview for it via Skype. And that was the only mode of communication that my seller used. I had a call in our great realtor network, which I was so excited to have our CRS realtors to jump in because I was dealing with somebody in Costa Rica and everything's shut down, and how do we do this? And, you know, how do we, you know, continue on and keep building these relationships? I met about 10 new realtors just in this one transaction. And what can I be doing to keep those relationships going? And the same thing happens in our community. How many people do we maybe meet at an open house, yet they don't know us, they're not going to answer the phone, every realtor in town is calling them, but what can you be doing to grow those relationships online so that they can get to know you better? So I am going to see if I can steal this screen here, Cheryl. I'm just going to flip right to my slides. Cheryl, you need to enable me to share the screen. Thank you. Okay. Virtually speaking. So let's look at the blocks of a positive relationship. We all know they need to know you, they need to like you, and they need to trust you. But how do you do it online? Our teachers are having a really, really difficult time teaching online, right? Because they're used to the face-to-face interaction. So how can you get people to know you, like you, trust you? I use what's called AIA, and it's the elements of a positive relationship. Be authentic, just do you. There is one thing you will not see in any of my slides today. I'm not going to tell you to go do video, because if video is not you, it's not going to help you. I find that videos are helping me, and I'm actually doing video on different topics. It's not always real estate. Maybe I'm talking about my running. Maybe I'm talking about, you know, my Boston Marathon, or, you know, I'm actually out in the square and I'm in front of somebody else's business just chatting about how excited I am that they're opening up. Be authentic, be inspiring. So there's too many people, you know, they get angry and they take to Facebook or they take to Twitter or whatever, and they're posting out negativity, and I don't want to read that. Eventually people are going to shut you down, they're going to ignore you. And as we all know, if people aren't engaging in your pages, they're not seeing what you do. When you're posting positive, engaging items, you're going to see people are going to flock to you. So it's like being the real quick open house, right? they're coming in the door, you're being positive, you're being perky, you're being whatever, people gravitate to that. The same thing happens online. Be accepting. Be accepting of other people. They are who they are. You cannot change them. They're super happy in being the person that they are. And by you being the person that includes everybody, people will gravitate to you. You can do it online. The lady that bags the groceries at Stop and Shop, she knows me. She remembers me. She tells me, I'm your Facebook friend. I went back to Facebook to find her. I know her name is Elaine now. And Elaine actually sent me a customer a month ago, and it's her sister selling her house. Every person has value to them. Every person wants to be accepted. Spread your wings. Where are your people? So I'm going to be honest. Do I have a Twitter account? Sure I do. Do I use it? Not really. Instagram? It's not me. I've asked my 17-year-old to teach me all about Snapchat. He said, no, thank you. So, I find my people are on Facebook. That's like the generation of people that I do business with. I still see a lot of millennials there. Any realtor in the world I want to find, they're on Facebook. When I need help, where do I go to? I go to Facebook and I find people there. If you want to advertise their business and stuff, it goes there. Here are some of the things that you can do. And I know that I said that there'd be 10 tips. I think there's a few extras in here. Inspire. Every single day I go online. Sometimes it's like 6 in the morning. Sometimes it's at midnight. I only go once a day and then I shut it down because, being online can really eat up all our time. Happy birthday. So no matter what platform you use, there is a back way of being able to see everybody whose birthdays it is today. How many people just type in the word happy birthday, happy birthday? Think about your birthday. Think about the hundreds of people that said happy birthday to you. How many of them stuck out? How many did you remember? It was the ones that went a little bit more and they made their post a little bit more unique, or maybe they put some flowers up. They did something to make it special. Take the extra second to do that. The graduations. We have this thing going on in Medford where it's celebrate a Medford High School graduate, and we have 300 graduates. Somebody started the program. All I did was say that I wanted to be part of it. So I met a family that I didn't know. I gifted that child. We posted it online to promote that child and how exciting we were for her. I got a few people inbox me, wow, that was really great that you did that. I don't think I did anything special. All I did was award another person. Happy anniversaries. Let's think about, Charlotte, you just recently had an anniversary and I was so excited to post something on your page. And it inspired me to do it. But what could you be doing that's a little bit special to put in that post that when they're reading through those hundreds, they actually remember you? So don't just say it. And literally, I just look for 2 a day. Not a big deal, not a big time consumer there. Give. I always congratulate and I always announce community accomplishments. So in the city of Medford, I just gave you a great example. Somebody posted up this thing that we're gonna, do the celebrate the seniors thing. All I did was join in and I promoted it. A new business opened up. All I do is promote it. Somebody decides that, we're going to have baseball in Medford again. My kid doesn't even play baseball. 2 seconds. Here to your page. Go Medford. Be the person that, when they think you're sitting and they think you're town, they're thinking of you because you're the person that's sitting there saying, well, what's going on in the city? Let me go check her page. Multiply. So everyone always forgets to do this. Tag people, tag cities, tag businesses, and tag you. So if I was to go look up Medford, Mass, maybe 1 million people have checked into Medford, Massachusetts. Every time I post something that's in Medford, I always hit the @ I always type in Medford MA. I find that, I link to it. Nor and I, every time we do a speaking thing, we tag ourselves into it or we tag each other into it. There was a restaurant the other night that was doing lobster rolls, and he does do a great job. And, he's struggling and he's doing his best to stay alive in Corona world. All I did was tagged that I was in my office and I shared his post to my page. And people love this picture of lobsters in New England, let's face it. And they get excited about having a lobster roll. Well, he loves the fact that I'm promoting his business. The people in the community love that. If you're an outsider and you're typing in Medford, Massachusetts, you're going to see me come up over and over and over again. And I'm not talking about me, I'm talking about you. So be the person that wants to multiply and that wants to be all over the place. Gather. Let's face it, realtors are awesome people at gathering. We are awesome at getting people to come together for a cause, for an open house, for anything that we want to do. We are great at bringing people together. Cheryl, you've been amazing this year at bringing together the New England region of RRC and giving us this platform that we get to come together every single week. That inspires me. It makes me feel good. It makes me want to be a part of this community. So I had an online group and it was called the Women's Business Network. And I started it probably about 5 or 6 years ago as part of the Chamber of Commerce. And it kind of fizzled out. You know, we used to go to businesses and they'd get like free yogurt and chocolate, and we did wine and women and whatever. We always had fun. So with the PPP and the EIDL, and we were all struggling to figure this out, I saw people in my community that own businesses that they were all over Facebook complaining. So they were only spreading negativity. I changed the name of the group to the Small Business Network. I kind of herded everybody in. They did their complaining behind closed doors, which was cool, but I think that we've all been very supportive to one another. That group has grown to people across the country. Even this morning, I had a business from Ohio that wanted to be part of it. Great, join in. Anyone that's here, go find it. Small Business Network. We bring on specialists like every week or every other week. You can be part of the call, or you can just go watch the videos. Any resource that you want on the PPP, I got people from the SBA that are now sending them to me. So I am just being the resource. That's where they're going for their information. I do get phone calls in Medford. Hal, do you know the name of that small business that just opened up in West Medford? Why should I know this? Why should I know what the name is? Because I keep sharing people's businesses. That's cool. Call me for that and call me for real estate. Living Medford is another Facebook group that I have. Literally 2 seconds, whatever is going on in Medford, I'll go find 3 or 4 things that are happening this week that other people are doing, and I share it to that page. I've started to grow quite the audience that people are going there. They don't even know that I run it. But here's what happens. People get inspired by a group or by a page. They start going to research. Well, who started this? Where is this coming from? They will find you. When they find you, they start researching you. What other things is this person doing? Because this is the type of people that I want to be around. Organize. Participate in other people's online events. When you come here on Mondays, you know, I get to see all these smiling people that when I start thinking about referrals across Massachusetts, who's inspired me? You know, Nora and I, we've kind of whipped this together. We hope we're doing okay. And we love, you know, Cheryl and Lisa, we've all kind of like masterminded around this. But when we all come here on Monday, we're inspiring one another, we're giving to each other, and it makes us feel good. And so when I think about, you know, I've got a referral down the, in Christine McClellan's area. Christine McClellan's the realtor that I'm gonna think of because she participated. The same thing happens in our communities. So other cities were doing things like Medford Gets Wine. Well, it's now called Medford Gets Wine. And I really wanted one in Medford. I couldn't be the person that did it though, because you can't always be that person because then it comes across as not being authentic. I found a business in Medford that owns like a gift shop. I'm like, how cool would it be if we had Medford Got Wine? She started it, made me the first person she added to it. I invited hundreds of people because if you go on my Facebook page, I think I've got 3,200 friends. I think that only happens in real estate. Anyways, so I invited hundreds of Medford people to it. Who do they think started this? Who do they think inspired them and gave them this? They think it was me, or they're just inspired that I invited them to it. Ironically, here's where the trickle down happened. I raised $300 that week for Boston Children's Hospital without asking for one dime. I didn't do a video. I didn't ask for money. People loved how good they felt whined from somebody else in the city, or getting weeded. You could deliver a plant too. Just getting a gift. There's over 1,000 people that are in that group right now. And they just went to my page. They found me, and that was their way of thanking me. You know, I do get the phone call, Cal, my sister's going to buy a house. It just happened to all fall in the same week. The dots will connect when you just give it out. Other people's online events, you know, there's trivia nights that are happening all over the place. Is there one in your city? Just join in, be part of it, because people will see you supporting other people and supporting other businesses. I add 5 people to my page, my business, or my causes every single day. So, you know, maybe it's, you know, 5 customers that we did business with years ago. You know, how many people have a very organized database here? Oh, good. I'm glad it's not just me. But if we go through our old emails or our old files and we want to start reconnecting with people, we can just add them, just go like their page, and oh, that was my realtor that sold me a house 8 years ago. You know, your causes, you know, what do you believe in? You can like somebody else's page and invite other people to it, and then like them on yours. Upload happy photos. Literally no words. Just do me a favor. I love to see babies. I love to see pets. I love to see people having fun in the world. That inspires me. I love to see pictures of nature. I love to see flowers. Anything that will make somebody smile, load it up. Instant messages. We all talk about the handwritten note. When was the last time you actually just sent somebody an instant message? Wanted to let you know that I was thinking about you today. I hope everyone's safe in your family and everything's well. Signed, Lisa. When's the last time that you did it? We all think to go online and post public messages, but when's the last time that you sent a private one? And it makes people feel special too, because they're the only people. You're not sitting there looking for the rah-rah. Create an online community event. I stole this from Cherie Benoit. We had the best Lego house in Medford. The mayor of Medford was promoting it. Everybody in Medford was promoting it. We had about a dozen people that built their Lego houses. It cost me, I gave 4 winners $30 a piece in gift cards. That was it, 120 bucks. Best advertising in town, because every kid that built a Lego house, their family was sharing it all over the place. And guess where it was all posted? On Cosmopolitan Real Estate. Medford Wine Your Neighbor. City meetings, all the city meetings are all on Zoom. So when coronavirus world hit, there was all about the people that wanted the rent control, the Our Revolution people, let's lock down the homeowners, let's tax them. So, you know, I was getting texts from some people in the city, Cal, can you hop on the city council meeting tonight? We need somebody to speak for the homeowners and speak for housing. So I did. I only comment when I can add value. I do not talk about things that are outside my wheelhouse. Do not ask me to speak about the gardening. It's not my gig. I love to garden, but I'm not involved in community gardens. Don't ask me to talk on kids' sports. I'm not involved. I will speak on housing. I shared the city council event to my page. So when people see that I'm promoting, you know, how our city's being run, again, it comes back to me, it tags back to me. The city council records those Zoom meetings. When it came to housing, that was a big deal in Medford. We were the only city in the state that was not allowed to show any property whatsoever, whether it was a rental or a sale, even your private property. You want those posted on your page. Zoom rooms, here's my Zoom room tips. Put your video on. I hate going into a Zoom room and people have just their photo up and they're like, I'm hiding. If we were all meeting for lunch, would your face be on? Or would you have your Judy Jetson on? Put your video on. People want to see you. They want to get to know you. I don't care if you're in the car. I think the first one of these things that we did, Richard was the person speaking. Hey, Lisa, I see you. But I see Nora. But Richard was the first one speaking. And if anybody was in that Zoom room, I was driving all over the place that day. I had my computer on. You saw me driving my car, but I was there. I was present. Be dressed to me. Make sure you get your pants on, dress the way that you would if we were all going to lunch. Because guess what? I'm dressing these days because it inspires me. It makes me happy. Comment for substance, not for the sake of making noise. If you don't have anything to say, it's okay to be quiet. And then network via the private chat. If you've ever been in a Zoom room with me, except for today, I'm usually in the chat, and maybe I'm texting you individually, and that's my little handwritten note. Hey, how you doing today? It's so great to see you. Oh, I love that color dress on you. There's one thing that I've learned and I've lived by. I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never, ever forget how you made them feel. I'm hoping that this little time that we're spending here today is inspiring you, and that I'm adding value to your life. If you think of Medford, I hope that you think of me. Does anybody have any questions?
I have a question, Kelly. It's Nora. How many Facebook pages do you have as part of your networking? Is it one that you focused on? I know you have a business page.
I have a whole bunch of pages. So of course we have Cosmopolitan Real Estate, and then we have Kelly Catallo and Associates Greater Boston Real Estate. Very important to do when you're talking to people all over the country. Medford Living. I've got my small business network group. I've got a whole bunch of different groups because groups are super easy to do. The only people that are inside that group are the people that you've invited in there. Nora, we have a great group. We have our independent business owners, independent realtor business owners group, which are Massachusetts realtors, and we're talking about real estate. So you can go find whatever it needs to be. It can be part of a political thing. It can be part of a kid thing. If you love something, go put it up. One of our fellow realtors, I think it's Yasmin Loft, she has quarantine recipes, and she's got hundreds of people that have joined that group just to talk about recipes. It's a way to connect with people.
I think Gary has a question. Gary Rogers has a question for you.
Yep. Kelly, so what's your thought about the importance of whether you start your own so you can kind of be the admin, or just take part in more of a community one that's already there, or do you do both?
I do both, Gary. So first of all, I don't need to be the admin. What I need is I need to leave a great impression on people. I need to feel like I'm bringing value to wherever I go. And I jump around a bunch of different groups. So like we've got Medford Moms and Caregivers. Whenever I'm promoting an event, I always share it there. I share it to a whole bunch of different group pages. I have people that are having bake sales at the school sending me their flyer saying, Cal, will you promote our event? Sure. They look at me as their advertising guru. Okay.
So how do you, I mean, when you open up a group and you get, obviously you have to get like a critical mass, right? You have to get enough people, because otherwise you're doing all the talking, and
right.
Then that's not as
productive.
It misses the point, right? I mean, you're trying to get other people to talk. Have you had a problem doing that? And secondly, how do you get people to join it? Like, do you just keep inviting friends or people you bump into?
No, I invite people that I think the page will bring value to. So let's take Small Business Network. It used to be Women's Business Network. First rule that I needed to do was I needed to add men. So I went through, and again, I'm starting with 3,200 people that are already my friends on Facebook. So they need to be your friends already. So here's the first thing. If you're a realtor in Waltham, Gary, don't you think that you should already like every business in town? That's one thing that you could do this week. You could work on that no matter what city you're in. Go through the Facebook, just type in restaurants in whatever city, find their page, like their page. Who's the owner? Find their page, like their page. They're now your friend on Facebook. So now, when I did Small Business Network, I started with Medford, but then I went everywhere because I said, you know what, it doesn't matter. This is federal. We need to help each other. And I'm a big believer there's billions of people in the world because we're all put here to help each other.
Could I ask one more question and then I'll mute?
Sure.
So one of my agents, Tim, last year was going around and just introducing it on video with the new owner, talking about his favorite meal there or whatever. Do you do stuff like that even during COVID and have them meet in front of the business and just say, hey, we're open? Or, I mean, is that still too soon?
I haven't done that. Here's what I've done. The restaurants that are open are putting up their menus. I will then take from their page and I will share from their restaurant to my page. I will tag at Razzo's Grill. All right. What a great menu. Simple words. It's on my page. Now Razzo's Grill, who's a very good friend of mine, sees that I just shared his menu to my page of 3,200 people. If you're a business in Corona World, how grateful are you? I also tagged him into that on my Facebook page. So now when people start looking for Razzo's, they're going to find me. It just happens. And the people in the community, they're like, wow, that was really cool that she did that. You know, I put up a post, I think a couple of weeks ago on, you know, I've been to towns where, you know, all the restaurants are shut down and the storefronts are vacant. I wouldn't want to live there. That's so simple, Gary, to put that up, and people just stop and they think about it. They're like, wow, I would want to be that. Small Business Network, please join it. But you'll see like some of the stuff that I share there, sometimes people comment, sometimes people don't. And when I get no comments, I take out my handy dandy phone. I start texting friendly people within the group. You know, it helps us all that we have communication going through this group. Maybe you can put up a post.
Kelly, absolutely phenomenal. And I feel bad. Richard had to leave the group. Our national president, Richard Waystack, he said to make sure and tell you what an outstanding job you did. So thank you very, very much.
I appreciate that.
I now want a lobster roll after hearing that story a little earlier.
Come to Medford. You come to Medford, I'll buy the lobster roll.
All right, you're on. So be involved online, comment, congratulate, all the dots will connect is my takeaway. Time spent. How much time did you say you dedicated? Do you have a certain part of the day, like in the mornings, at noon?
It's less than 10 minutes a day. It's less than 10 minutes a day.
Okay.
I'm a list person, so I have my checklist, and it's like a tracker that I use every day. Okay. I just check it all off. It's actually in my things to do on my phone, and every day it just uses a new thing. And so when you're sitting in front of a house and you're waiting for somebody, right? Or you get up in the morning and you know that you're not going to read the Globe today because there's nothing good all in there, you could be doing that, you know. Or maybe at night, you know what, you're sitting there, day's done, you've had a cocktail, let me just whip through this really quick. Sometimes what you'll find is you'll inspire yourself.
And again, inspire everyone with all our pictures you said from anything happy, right? Flowers, babies, puppies, dogs, all good.
Especially today, nobody wants to hear your sorry ass news. They want something that's going to make them happy.
All right, love it. So
amazing content, Cal. I got to run, guys. Amazing
Yep.
content. So many
Thanks,
takeaways.
Lisa.
Thank you so much for sharing everything with us, guys. See you next week.
Oh, thank you.
So I had a quick question. Did you do that on PowerPoint, or that was a great presentation?
Did you love my presentation?
It was great. Thank
I
you.
did it on Canva. So I did it on Canva about 3 hours ago, and Canva is so easy to use. I have a paid account, but you can get a free account. The presentations are there. You just whip right through it. And this is another one, those ones with the video ladies, but I chose not to do that one. But yeah, thank you.
Thanks there. That was awesome.
And thanks for mentioning, of course, Cherie Benoit, who introduced us to the Lego project. This is, again, one of the pearls. I'm tuning in once a week. Marie Presti, too bad she's not on. She's killing it in her two towns with the Front Steps project. So hopefully we'll hear more about that. And that was introduced to her and I through Annie Hart-Cool, who's also a CRS member down the Cape. So if you're interested in making people smile on their own front porches, please seek out Marie Presti, Annie Hart-Cool, and myself on how we did that in our own area. Instant messages, 3 per day, Kelly. I think that's easy enough to do. So a lot of wonderful little pearls here. Thank you very, very much. We have 659 followers on our New England Region RRC page. That's about half of the members that are in our 6 states. So that's huge progress, and it's due to, again, this Mastermind series project. Well done to Nora Lynch and Kelly who are just rocking this. And Kate Lanigan-McGregor, good to see you. Join us, Kate. Way back when Richard asked us to get started and send, a hello and just ask our members how they're doing on March 30th for 30 minutes. Kate rose to the occasion and got an email out to 1,200 members. So this is a collaboration of a lot of special people, as Kate says, leaning in and helping out. So I appreciate you all. This is what CRS RRC family is all about. Just wanted to say congratulations quickly. We had a historical vote with RRC, and we have a new first vice president and 2 new board members, which you can go to crs.com and read all about it. But I also wanted to thank everyone who volunteered and gave their time to be interviewed. And we have one real special person on our call. Anne, thank you so much for everything you did and making Massachusetts shine. So I appreciate you. And we have something coming up, virtual summit. And that's free for members. It's good for your maintenance credits. So if you have anybody that needs those too, and also learn something on the 24th of June from 9 to 5 Central Standard Time. It's called the Virtual Summit, Tools to Help You in Your New Reality. So it's 55 to non-members. If you're looking to have somebody join, give me a call for the code, or Keith Kokorian. Do you know what the code is still? Is it NER RRC 2020? So Keith and I will work that out. If you don't have any, if you do have some members in your office or some realtor friends and they'd like to get involved and take advantage of some of the free offerings, check out Keith or myself, Keith Kokorian. You can see him right on the screen. Give him a chat, and he'll give you his telephone number if you'd like to follow up with him. So next week, do we have an announcement on who that's going to be for next Monday?
Absolutely, we do. And coming up to us from Florida, we have a CRS instructor, Gonzalo Maya. And Gonzalo Maya is going to talk about profit with global business. And global business can be a solution to your 2020 recovery right now. You can be making money right now due to global business. I want to tell you how connected Gonzalo is. My seller that was in Costa Rica, and we needed to have the deed notarized and all the little steps we had to go through. It's all about finding the right people that can help you make these things happen. Gonzalo was part of that circle that helped connect me down there. Just some great people. After Gonzalo, on June 15th, we have Kurt Thompson, the president of the MAR, who needs no introduction to anybody, but he's going to be teaching you how he's staying home and profiting by leveraging people. June 22nd, we have Addie Owens from Florida, resiliency and the bounce back to your 2020 business plan. And then following on June 29th, we're so excited. Katie Lance, Social Smarts Academy. She's coming to New England. She's being so grateful to share with us. That's our lineup.
Awesome. So we went 3 minutes over. Sorry for taking up those extra 3 minutes, but I hope you got a lot of value today. Thank you all very much. We'll see you next Monday.
Thank you.